want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
On today's Friday show, we have weather with Brian Fintonis.
After that, Ryan Crotty brings us another episode of Ryan on the Radio.
To close out the show, Tyler and Chloe have another edition of Sez U.
Stay tuned for that and more on today's phenomenal show of Flyer News. Good morning, FHS. Welcome back to another day of school and another day of Flyer News. Today is Friday, October 1st, a day 6 with periods running D, A, B, E, G. I'm Logan Shapiro.
And I'm Zach Troderman. I don't know about you, Logan, but clouds have been really starting to bug me lately.
And why is that?
Well, they always seem to be throwing shade at me.
Moving on, let's send it to Brian Fintonis with more on the upcoming weather.
Guten Morgen, Flyers, and get yourself ready for the weekend weather update. This weekend is looking quite nice with some fairly high temperatures and clear sunny skies. This weekend expect an average humidity of 66.3% and an average wind speed of 6.16 miles per hour with an average high of 69.3 degrees. Today is looking pretty sunny with some light clouds. Expect a high of 67 and a low of 47. Tomorrow, Saturday, is also looking partially cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 55. Finally, Sunday is looking partially cloudy with some potential showers later in the evening. There will be a high of 70 and a low of 57. It really seems like fall is giving us the cold shoulder, am I right? That's all for today's weather update. Let's take it back to the desk.
Zach, have you been listening to the new music recently?
As a matter of fact, I have. I haven't in a very long time.
Well, Zach, you're in luck. And although the Doors haven't been made music since the 70s, I think we all will appreciate the new episode of Ryan on the Radio.
What's up, Flyers? Welcome to Ryan on the Radio. First on today's show, we have Bankroll Hayden with a feature from Little Tekka on a song called Come Through. Here's a snippet of that.
All my baby come through. It's a spaceship, I got stars on the roof. Knew me in the past and now you say I'm brand new. Feeling like a dawn when I'm out the 42. Bring a couple friends with you, baby, come through. All my baby come through, baby come through, baby come through. Baby come through, baby come through, baby come through. I'ma bust down in Balenciagas. Shawty got shawty, she riding shotgun.
So, first off, the song is very short. It only runs for a minute and 53 seconds. However, the melody with the flute and the bass pair really well together. Overall, I give it a solid 7. Next up, we have an album coming from Killy. He released an album called Kill Streak 2.0, the deluxe version. And here's a small sample from Dead Faces by him featuring AJ Tracy.
We made it. Lil Sean, my heartbreaker. Still roll around, I'm dangerous. Count up these dead faces. Gave you a number, never saved it. No long talk conversations. Just business, trips, and vacations. Blowing white wine on occasion. Stole that bitch and replaced her. Crushed it, then you ate her. If she ain't that, can't save her. No call back, I evade her. I'm not from here like a beta.
The song overall is a very good song. I can definitely see myself working out to it. The trumpets I can hear, and the bass and the beat is really well. I give it a solid 8. The last song I have on today's show is Kickstand by Young Boy Never Broke Again. He released an album on the 24th called Sincerely Kentrell. Here's a small snippet of that.
I can't go no more. Trust me, yes, I go again. I say wrong, we
she went to the too big of a sack for the get out. Can't take a whole track at the cut in. Keep standing in my drink bar. No pad she need for admin. All back, no pad, ain't no pin. Number of money in her lens. I can't go no more.
The song overall is really good. The beat and melody play well together. The only downfall is that it is under 2 minutes, so it's just, I wish there was more to it, but other than that, it was a really good song, giving it a solid 7.8. That's all from me. Let's take it back to the desk.
A documentary on Kanye West himself is in the makings over at our next door studio, Netflix. The documentary is a 3-part miniseries that was recently picked up by Netflix. Titled Genius, it follows West throughout his career leading up to his infamous 2020 election campaign. Genius has been in the making for 21 years by longtime collaborators of Mr. West. A teaser released a few days ago features an old video of Mos Def and West freestyling on what would become the hit song 2 Words. For all the passionate Ye fans out there, the docuseries is set to release sometime in the next year.
This year's Super Bowl halftime show is going to be special. Yesterday, the NFL announced that Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem, 43 Grammys, 19 Billboard albums, absolutely breathtaking. The show will also be produced by Rock Nation, which is founded by Jay-Z. They will be performing live in Los Angeles, which is hosting the Super Bowl for the first time since 1993. Tune in on February 13, 2022 for one of the best halftime shows you will ever see.
To cap off this week's edition of Flyer News, we have one of our favorite segments, Sez U.
You guessed it. It's another edition of Sez U.
Tyler and Chloe have prepared another edition for us on this fine Friday.
Let's roll the clip.
Colby,
Yes.
can you give us an intro?
What?
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
If you could make one thing illegal, what would it be?
Speeding.
Speeding. Wait, isn't that already illegal?
Let's go.
Hello. So, can you tell me something that you think is highly underrated?
Something I think is highly underrated is Crocs. Notice my Crocs right here with Among Us snippets. See?
The game Sorry is literally one of my favorite games, and no one ever talks about it because, all right, let's say you're like losing the beginning, right? By the end of the game, you might have won. Like everyone's on an equal playing field, and it's like cutthroat, and you get mad at people, but you can still play it again. It's not like Monopoly where like relationships crumble. Like Sorry is just the best game, and I always play with blue.
Like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. All right. I'll stand right here.
All right, man.
All right, Casey.
Hi.
What do you find highly underrated?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Pepper, the beverage.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Pepper?
Great beverage.
Let's go.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, best soda around.
All right, Dr. Pepper it is.
I second that.
We weren't asking you.
I cost Amanda's job. But he cost me my dignity.
I am justified for taking his grapes. Can you spell the word Q for me?
Q like.
Like when you have multiple people on a line, they're in a queue.
C-U-E?
C-U-E.
Huh? Like Q?
No. Okay, that's Q like it's your queue. I mean like Q like it's
Where do
a
you get
queue.
these words from?
I don't know. Where do we get them from?
Q-U-E-U-E. Love it. You did it.
Wow, that was correct. I couldn't spell that for years, so.
Sez U by Chloe and Tyler, one of the best things I've ever seen. Make sure you guys watch next week, as well as, obviously you guys probably already watched this one by now, but be sure to tune in next week for more Sez U, and let's end it right back.
That's all for today's episode of Flyer News.
You can re-watch this broadcast again at 5 and 7 o'clock on channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, or 41 Verizon Fios.
Or watch this and other broadcasts under the FEC TV tab on the school's website or on our YouTube channel. For Flyer News, that is all from us. I'm Zach Troderman.
And I'm Logan Shapiro. Be sure to stay tuned for the newest edition of The Early Bird, featuring the one, the only, Griffin Yarmaloff. Have a fantastic Friday and weekend, Flyers.